Hello, granddads and old man, wherever you are. I'm Just Want to Hover. I'm Just Want to Hover, and I'm just going to show you how to make a wing out of the cardboard box. I mean, not a cardboard box, what I'm talking about. The polystyrene box, the fruit box. With a bare hacksaw blade. You can cut into it just like that. Anyway, I cut a couple of pieces out. This is the size piece to make our super plane. Just pick this up. The wing will end up being sort of like that big, I suppose. Right. So it's a lot smaller than what we cut out. Cut more out. Than what you do is you start off on an angle like that, and you just cut. See if it's there. A bit closer. Like that. And what you do, you've got to watch it there and cut a bit, a few strokes, watch both sides, and do 3 strokes. But I'm not going to do the whole lot of this. Do it to a smaller piece instead. So start off on an angle. So the thick part of the wing and the thin part towards the rear of the wing for a sort of aerofoil shape. Makes it easier to shape it out later. So we're going to watch both sides. I got it on in there, watch there, and then go up here and watch it. Got to be 1/4 inch there and 1/8 inch there. Just keep watching it. I do it over here now, so it's a little bit easier to. I'll fix up this. A bit rickety. It is rickety, isn't it? It's really rickety. Really badly rickety. Now, like that, and go down this way a bit, you know, and then along this, so you can just keep going over 1/4 inch sort of thing, and then you can fill it in. You see, try and get it on the view, in view, around this way. Oops, up, like that, you see. And I'm doing it the hard way because I'm not resting it on anything. And it's still easy. And just go, now we can just go straight ahead and do it because I know it's going to stay there at that position. Keep doing that. Something to rest it on it's a bit quicker. But you've got to take your time because it's quick anyway. It doesn't take very long. And then there you have it. It's thick on one end and thinner on the other end. Now we're going to make our wing thick here and thin here by the looks. Or you can make it the other way around maybe. No, this way will do. Goes in there, it's an indentation, that's the tip. You look there, okay. What you got to do now? Reduce it really gently. Light pressure on the rasp because you're going to need to reduce it. Oh, sorry. Sorry, camera. Oh. Reduce it and reduce it and reduce it. Towards the back of the wing here. Really light pressure on the foil and do lots of strokes, and look at that, it's coming up good. And this is just the rough foil. Now the back, because I've already made a cut before, we can't use the base of the face of the fruit box. This is inside still. It's a bit lumpy there, isn't it? sometimes it's the foam that's got holes in it, and sometimes because you're not going soft enough on the file, don't go soft on the file, it'll pull the little beads out, you know. If you're not going real careful, you know, you really should take them a lot longer to do it, but I'm doing it for YouTube, doing it quick. I've got to hold it up all the time higher than I think you should have to. Now I've got to get me really slow and really gentle in the pressure here, by the looks. It's a bit holey too, it's not the best fruit box. You could try a few fruit boxes. Some are tighter and still light and tighter grained, you know, where they haven't got any gaps. It's just there, so for instance, you can see there's a gap, you know, like in the actual made like that with the gaps inside it. What that is. Now we got it done really. Now all you have to do, polish it off now. With a finer file, I'm just going to do a rough wing. Spend a lot more time, I think half an hour on each wing, and instead of 10 minutes, it'd be a lot better. Just you got to watch the pressure. Now we want to taper this way, it's going to be thick there and thin there, so I have to actually thin it down, you know? And use this end because it's a round file, it's round, the round part really reduces really quickly without having to go to the big file. Oops. Okay, we've nearly got it done. We've got thin enough. Really want about half a thick right on the tip, but only right on the tip, just half, a bit over half the thickness. And a lot of this you cut away. You need a pencil. Now I've made another wing in preparation for this YouTube video, so I can now get the thick side and the thin side, which is thick. Thick side. Do that. I just guessed the shape before, the shape I want, use scissors I do, and I trimmed it with scissors to get the shape I wanted, and now I just trace the shape with that, you see. Of course the wing really in reality would be a lot bigger than this, but this still work as a small plane. It'll be really good. Now just cut it with scissors. Scissors are great for this polystyrene, it doesn't break it or anything, it just cuts it really good. The fruit box stuff has just got that little bit of give. It is a bit fire shape. Now we just sand the tip like buggery to get it thinner, you know. You only have to sand, don't have to sand as much foam to get it thinner now because it's got the tip. There it is. Pretty good. Except it's a bit bad in the middle here, whether it's the foam or not, but try different types of foams that I'd be doing. Wouldn't make it out of this foam. But it does show you how, when if you pick bad foam, you get all these bits like this in it, you know. Oh, you can't see it. Bits like that. There's pits in it, you get them in it, you know, like just gaps in the foam, you know. Some foam doesn't have that, you know, some foam doesn't have any at all and it's still really light. You just got to be a foamologist and get lots of different boxes and try them out. This is just got this for YouTube, you know, like, I'm glad I did get one that's bad to show you how foam can do that. But it doesn't matter if it's bad, like they still fly like the clappers. I made one out of really really low quality, super light foam. Made an aeroplane out of it. And there's nearly as many pits as there were as the bits of beads in the wing. No, it's pitted really bad, you know. It flew like the clappers. Went, you know, like treetop height or bigger, more, double the treetop height sometimes, height of trees. If you got lots of rubber band winds, and lots of winds, a fairly powerful rubber band, you go pretty high. Even foam ones are the best. I've made stick and tissue, balsa wood stick ones and tissue as well, and they really perform. Of course, they got the speed, you know, and the duration, so they go for just as long as the foam one, but they go twice the distance, so it's really impressive, you know. But the foam ones are great because they're easy to make. I made hollow fuselage foam ones in a couple of hours, you know, and put the rubber band up the guts of the hollow fuselage. They go to 1.5 times the tree height, about 100 foot up, and just cruise for ages, you know, with a 6-inch or 7-inch propeller, I think, and about, I don't know, about 18-inch, 16-inch span or something, wingspan. But this one, they want to make the bigger one than this. I'll put that on YouTube. This is just making a wing, just to show you how I make the wings. Just keep going, okay? Now, to join the wing, we need both. Yeah, they're both the same wing. The shape's a little bit out. Trim with the scissors, I suppose. And like this. Oh, see, yeah, it's not out at all. It's just this part here. Just cut with the scissors around there. You've got slightly concave in like that. Yeah, slightly concave like that. Just get both of them like that. They're both the same, like a butterfly. Caught butterfly, you caught him. Now you're seeing his fuselage down. There he is, and just do it like that. Now that's no dihedral. You give it dihedral. We sand inwards. This is the top of the wing. That's the bottom. This is the top. You the sand in on the towards the top part a bit, just a little bit. Can't see it. So it's on an angle, so a little bit. It's not run very well, but same with this one. You got an angle up this way a bit. You're seeing the top part of it, so it's on an angle, just a slight angle. Oh, you can't see it very well, but now because it's concave, you want a bit of a concave aerofoil, so you just bend it, see, like that. But only towards the root, really, basically, and it gets flatter towards the tip. And only a really small amount, you know, probably exaggerating here too much. Just want to show YouTube, so not as much as that, you know. And I've got the concave bit exaggerated too, so it has to come down a bit, sand a bit off, so it's not quite so concave. And when you stick it together, stick the wing together, see, it goes together like that. Got to bend them like this a fair bit because I've got too much on there. Glue them together, PVA. Just tack it together. I've got a nice little aeroplane wing. And you just hold it by any way you want. You just pin it down, one wing down, put an object there. Just rest it on it and rest the two wings there, and maybe just get some pins. If you put something you can put pins in, just a pin there, a pin there, a pin there, and a pin there. It's just feeding a long pin, long skinny pin, and it just goes straight through the polystyrene. Doesn't hurt it at all, won't wreck it, you know, won't wreck the one there, one there, one there, one there, and just let it dry. Come back next, well, it only takes half an hour to dry, but you know, PVA, and about this much dihedral, you know, and PVA dries quick, you know, a few hours, and you can do the next thing. Okay, thank you.